Hello everybody, this is Jacob from Mortgage Coach Software Support. Wanted to give you a demonstration of how to put together a first-time homebuyer packet. This is not including the video portion, but you'd obviously want to make videos around this afterwards. But I just wanted to show you the basic data entry of getting a client into your database, preparing a rent versus own for them, and then preparing a cost of waiting analysis. And those items can be attached to an email and fired out, but they're really great for getting people off the fence. So I want to show you how to do this. So let's say you have you've started your borrower here. You've got a first and last name, and you don't even know what the property address is going to be yet. So just call it TBD. Then create primary residence. This will turn that address into a property so that you can have something to save your reports to. And you might want to even put the value here. Then hit save and close, and you'll see that it populates down on the bottom here. So you've now got a property to tie this to. Go ahead and hit save. Then you're going to go to your analytics screen. Now I've already got it on rent versus own, but you might actually have to click rent versus own to get here. If your property is not listed up here, go ahead and select it from the drop down box. It should automatically pull in your value for you, but if you need to edit that, go for it. And you want to put in a home appreciation percentage here. And if you know your client's tax bracket, this would be a good thing as well. And then your months to analyze if you want to show them a long-term result. I'm doing 60 and 84 months here, but you can do shorter or longer terms as you see fit. Go ahead and pop in their current rent situation. So let's say this person is paying $2,200 for rent, and he has an annual increase of 1%. Now for the monthly accumulation, we're going to come back to this part because this is where we want to put the money that would otherwise go into their down payment. So for this step, we're going to go straight over to the new proposed loan. I'm going to call this one Your New House. And then for our equity percentage, let's say that this is a 20% down. Oops, I put 2%. Okay, and then we're going to specify it's fixed, and we're going to pop in our interest rate that we can get for them right now. Put in any closing costs. And if you're charging any points on the side, then go down to the monthly taxes and insurance section down at the very bottom. Let me zoom in for you so you guys can see this. Make sure and enter your taxes and insurance. You can enter them as factor percentages or as raw dollar figures if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and do it as factor percentages for now. And then once we've got our factor percentages in there, it'll automatically calculate the dollar amounts. So we're good to go now. We've got at least our new loan scenario in here. And now what we want to do is fill out the monthly accumulation section up top. So since our loan amount is going to be $360,000, we know they're going to have to come in with $90,000 on this loan. So we want to go up to our accumulation section. We're going to put $90,000 as our opening balance, and let's say that they can get a 3% rate of return on that. And let's say just for the sake of argument, they've been putting away $150 a month towards buying this new house. So we'll show them what would happen if they continued to do so. So now we've got our full rent versus own schedule here. Let me zoom out. We're seeing an immediate cost savings here and a long-term cost savings. If we look at our long-term net worth savings, after 84 months, we're looking at a difference in net worth of $125 versus $233. So pretty significant here. Now to get this report into a PDF, go up to Prepare Report, choose Report, and this will give you the fully prepared rent versus own report. At this point, what I would do is go to the Export Document function, export this as a PDF, and then save it somewhere locally where you can find it. I'll put it on my desktop. I'm going to call this one RVO FTHB. Then save. It's going to populate a preview of your PDF report, but it's already been saved, so you can go ahead and close this preview. And then we can close this report. Now that's the rent versus own. So now what we want to do is we want to show them the cost of waiting analysis. What we would do is jump over to the total cost. And you can see it's actually pre-populated a couple of things for us, notably the tax bracket, the home appreciation. Our total cost months would be whatever we did on our last report. I'm going to push out our mortgage plan years a little bit so we can look long term on this. And then what you want to do is for program 1, you want to put your new proposed loan in here. And this is going to be the buy now situation. So what you would do is go to copy from the rent versus own, because you've already completed this. And then you'll see that it populates everything in for you, even down to the monthly taxes and insurance down at the bottom. So all we need to do is rename this program. We're going to call this one Buy Now. Now for program 2, part of the cost of waiting analysis is we're going to show somebody the difference between buying now versus waiting for a potential price drop versus the worst case scenario. They waited for the price to drop, it didn't drop, and their rates went up. So for program 2, we're going to do the wait for price drop. So we'll use copy from. We'll copy from the total cost, and we're going to copy the buy now scenario. And then once this populates, all we're going to do is we're going to change our value here. We're going to say if they waited for 2 months for a $20,000 price drop on this, we'll take this down to 430. They're going to have the same equity percentage, so they'll have a lower loan amount. But in that time that they waited for this price drop, the rates could have potentially gone up a full point. So all we got to do now is name our second program here, and this one's going to be wait for price drop. Now the third column, this is the worst case scenario. What we want to do is copy from, and then we're going to copy the buy now scenario. Now the worst case scenario assumes that they waited for the 2 months, the price didn't drop, and the rates went up. So all we need to do is push the rate up and rename this guy. So this is now worst case. Now we've got 3 different options here. You can see that up at the top, our buy now scenario actually saves our borrower $230 a month on this. But when we look over the long-term results, just the 60-month period of time, we're seeing an $18,000 difference in just the buyer waiting 2 months for a potential price drop and getting nailed on the rate. This is going to be the one that gets them off the fence. As we look at our long-term, our 15 and 30-year marks here, we can see that there's not much difference between them because our net worth is going to be about the same for them. So the real point on this is that, look, there's a $20,000 difference if you wait 2 months and this price goes up, if the rate goes up. So once you've got this all set and you're happy with the way the report looks, go up to your prepare report, select report just like we did on rent versus own, and then go ahead and save this one as a PDF as well. And I'll call this one TCA FTHB, and then save. It'll populate that PDF copy for you again, but you can go ahead and close it. And then you can close your report. Now at this point all you need to do is generate a new email to your client and then attach both of the PDFs you just created and put a little blurb on your email telling them what you're trying to show, what you're doing with it. At that point as well, you may want to create a video around these scenarios, maybe around a seller buy down strategy, and put that link in the email as well. But just wanted to give you guys a real brief overview on how to create these 2 particular reports, because these are real game changers. But feel free to email support@mortgagecoach.com if you run into any problems, need some help. We'd be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much and have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.